fallen into this trap in the past where Battlefield of Eternity, we saw it trip them up. Admittedly, they did have a Shogal comp and it did not work.
Yeah,
They do not want the wind to go away from them at all here in this series, because if that were to happen twice in a row, that would be catastrophic to their mentality.
Their sails just deflate. Deflate. The moment that they lose in any type of series, and they seem to fall apart as a team. You at home have been sending us tweets, so let's find out what you guys have been talking about throughout the series. The only bowl I care about today is a giant bowl of popcorn in front of me as I watch HGC all day. Thank you, GBZ.
When does the Puppy Bowl happen? Because I've never watched it.
I actually don't know the time for it. I mean, I've been aware of it. I've watched highlights, but I don't know when actually it starts. I need to get on that, man. Obviously, here. I'm too invested in this match. The match right now. Dude, you are so sad.
I just want to see the Puppy Bowl.
the labradoodles as they jump around.
I have tears. I'm going to remove my makeup at this point. I just want to see puppies.
I'll make sure we get on DVR for you. We'll watch it afterwards.
Perfect.
Because we are going into game 4 now here for Sky Temple. To the far left, Synergy. To the right, Tricked eSport. Tricked eSport will get the first ban of the day.
All right. I think Falstad, then Tassadar gets banned on the other side, then you take Dahaka. I think that these globals are too strong. I think Dahaka is better in the hands of Tricked eSports than it is in Synergy. Do that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the game plan.
has put a lot of value into that Dahaka play, and it's someone that Alex Koji just looks comfortable on.
You what, mate?
The Tassadar ban. Interesting.
You what, mate?
They could move into Falstad. We haven't seen much from Tricked eSport, but it could be a great pickup. Synergy, though, is electing to highlight Naruto, which I think is the correct play, especially with Tassadar being the first ban. Because for some reason, Tricked eSport didn't put the burden of banning Tassadar on Synergy. So now they get the choice of having Falstad and Dahaka up.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I think you could have done this differently.
No, I agree. I think you ban out the Falstad, so you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Then they ban out Tassadar, because they have to ban out Tassadar. And then you take your Dahaka, and then you don't have to worry about the level pressure that Synergy obviously wants.
Yeah, you know the funny thing is, as well, is that they could have just not banned Tassadar and then forced Synergy to ban Tassadar, and then Tricked eSport, Eternal, could have had Zeratul, in theory.
It's true.
Unless they just let Tassadar through, and then it becomes weird. All right, let's see how this goes.
Wow, so Tricked eSport will be switching it up, grabbing Falstad themselves. Synergy to the left.
I mean, so much revolves around not only global, but also the boss location, that Gust is probably a better tool to have. Like, Gust plus global is better than Dahaka global and its push power, I think, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I also think that Tricked eSport is kind of banking on Synergy not going heavily into Dahaka.
They haven't any game.
No, they haven't ran Dahaka yet. And to be honest, not to be too rough on power, but the warrior play hasn't been that stellar. And maybe they fail it. Maybe if they do take Dahaka, we'll be good to go. So Tricked eSport takes Falstad, and now if Synergy doesn't make the play here of taking away Dahaka, Tricked eSport gets their standard warrior, and they get Falstad.
I absolutely think that you have, like, even if they haven't really shown signs of going for it in the past couple of games, I think that they have to do it.
I agree.
Put it on Hydra. Just give Hydra it. He will run Dahaka nicely, and then get your other tank for Power of Dream later down the line.
Ragnaros? No, they get Dahaka now.
This is the way. This is the way.
Yeah. Good pickups here from Synergy. So we'll see Dahaka for the first time on Synergy's side. Tricked eSport now gets to select what they would like to go into. I feel like Volo just has a lot of pressure on this map in particular, especially when you have your Falstad. Wouldn't mind seeing as an early pickup. We have yet to see the Tyrael, though, from Tricked eSport. And if you're going to pick on any battleground, Sky Temple and Cursed Hollow are probably two that I think he has high value on.
Do you think an ETC could be a go-to?
Yeah, ETC Tyrael. I wouldn't mind to see those two. That would be a good start here for Tricked eSport.
It almost has a name for that combination as well.
Should we go and throw it out there? All right, I'll say the first word. Holy
cow.
There you go. The holy cow combination.
Nom nom.
So yeah, we'll see if Tricked eSport will go down that route. They go Murd and Jaina though instead.
They just ignore us.
They just ignore it completely.
They don't care about the scrubby casters.
Different pickups here for Tricked eSport in game number 4 here. Synergy to the left. Now we'll get their ban. Zeratil's already been taken out, so it should be a-okay there.
Have we seen Jaina played by them yet at all today? And the answer is no.
No.
Okay, so let's see. I guess Crosby is the Jaina, right? So Crosby is the Jaina. That means we're looking for a hero for Eternal still and a hero for Nappy. So Eternal, from that point on, what do you ban out against him? I think you ban Tyrael here, unless you want it.
Well, they're highlighting Rhaegar instead.
So the
Rhaegar is the main support for Trick Esports.
Yeah, it's like the easy ban.
Yeah, I think I agree with the Tyrael. Unless Synergy intends to grab it.
Yeah.
Which they may want to go down that route. Varian, Haka, Tyrael, and then Damage Dealer. Not a bad pickup, and you also get a chance to actually contest Falstad, who will be going for the Mighty Gus on the boss. So you gotta always keep that in mind. The instant Tychus ban here from Trick Esports. Now Synergy, I think you have to go the Tyrael. You want to have some kind of point where you can contest against Falstad. And Sanctification, solid against Jaina. It's almost a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, maybe. It really depends though, because I can't recall a time I've really seen Power of Dreams Tyrael. Have we seen it in HGC Europe? Can you recall?
We haven't, but now is the time to see it.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. Honestly, the Murd in the HGC's been kind of off. He's been having an off day, but Sanctification, if you play it reserved, you can make it work for you. And then you do have the plays to set you up. This is the time where Synergy says, all right, Power. Game 1, Game 2, all right, those were difficult. You had our time. It's okay. We're playing against a really good team. Pick it up now. Game 4.
ETC?
ETC would be the pickup.
Still good.
So they go for the safe pick. I just... Esports will have such good boss control if they let it go through. They'll have such good boss control. Zarya ban.
That's a lot of front line. So they just... Now the last pick for them is Valor. Absolutely. It has to be damage-wise, right?
Yeah. I agree with you.
Zarya. Have we seen much success from Triple Warrior comps so far?
Not yet. Not yet. We've been wowed by it 4 times now, I think, in the HGC.
Yeah, and I think
that wow turns into... okay.
That wow turns into a whimper.
Yeah, it certainly does. So, I mean, I'm always down for it. You have Explosion Zone now, so you have the ability to control bosses. So that's a decent pickup. Not as good as Tyrael, in my opinion, but still good. You have your ETC, Power Slide, Mosh Pit, so you have plays potentially to happen, and you have the Haka soaking to match the Falstad. So in theory, it makes sense.
Yeah. So, Tyrael Brightwing. I mean, Tyrael. Where else are we?
I like the Brightwing. Yeah, there it is. And then Ragnaros.
Oh, okay. That works too, because it's Ragnaros and he's the best in the world.
Okay, so Vala should be the insta pick. I could see a world where Lee Bing is a thing. However, Muradin makes that much harder. You're not going to get easy resets, and also Brightwing later on has those passive heals. So I think Vala is the choice here for Synergy.
I really like the direction that Trick Esports has gone from like week to week to week. It's very clear to me this week they have had great adaptation to their drafting and their compositions, where they haven't had these like 3 warrior lineups, and they haven't had single warrior lineups that don't quite have the complementing, but it's... I mean, Muradin's fine solo, of course.
I like it too. I'm just surprised at the lack of Tyrael from them. Throughout the entire weekend.
Could have fit. Maybe they thought it was a little bit too little damage from Jaina and Falstad. I mean, there's a lot of damage behind it, but...
I'm talking about this game just in general.
Oh, right,
this entire Best of 5 series. We have yet to see it from them, and that was a hero they prioritized so heavily. They did run a few solo tanks with it, and I wonder if they just got burned so much on Tyrael, they're kind of over it. There's a follow pickup for Synergy. So in terms of drafts, I think I'm on board a little bit more with Tricked. However, Synergy was able to make it work in the last game on BOE, and they show that they definitely know their stuff. Triple Warrior has yet to work here in the HGC.
Yeah, if this Valor is anything but the last to die in this composition, then I think that something's gone wrong for Synergy. But I'm still seeing a world where Jaina, Ragnaros, and Falstad do too much to this front line. Because Falstad's going to go Season Marksman. He's going to go auto-attack build. He's going to have a whale of a time just blasting away at that front line.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Then Muradin in the back line, just at least putting pressure on Vala. He doesn't have to kill the Vala, but the pressure is solid here. And then Jaina, she definitely has that setup for that Ring of Frost combo. The double Qs, the Q build can just burn through this front line relatively well. They have a lot of control here. And they also, gosh, Ragnaros, when he finishes that Q quest, if he is ever not actually held down for long enough and they stack up too much, he's going to have a great time too.
Well, the thing is that when he does get held down, surprise, surprise, level 13 comes in and he's extremely resistant when it comes to that talent coming in. So, yeah, I think it will be a tough challenge here for Synergy going into this game number 4.
That it will be. Currently, Trick Esports up 2-1 over Synergy. We're going to game number 4 here on Sky Temple.
All right, to the left-hand side, trying to bring themselves back into this series. It is Team Synergy, as Sir Ice Cream is using a lovely snowflake mount. I wouldn't have it any other way for a gentleman named Sir Ice Cream.
What a gentleman. Over here on the far right, Trick eSport and the red Falstad, played by Rimmer, and then there's another Snowflake. Snowflake
What happens?
versus Snowflake.
What happens when an ice wizard meets an ice cream? What? Do they just cancel each other out?
You get creme brulee. I don't know how that works,
Wait, what?
but it's tasty.
Wait.
Have you had creme brulee?
I have.
Oh my golly, best dessert in the world.
All right. Whoa, this is aggressive.
Yeah, just going down here. They're going to start poking down the turret. Boom. Fast kill.
I'm not complaining.
Not either. Quite the experience lead here. Pressure on that bottom lane, too.
That was free. That was free. Speaking of maybe free. No, it's not free.
Yeah, this is actually a really good response to Zarya. Zarya in general normally equals 3-lane, a 3-1-1. And so Zarya always gets to the point where she's going to bring a turret. Having that slight race does help out Trick eSport.
It's free. It's free Trick.
It's so free.
They got it. It was super free.
Costs a few abilities, but the freest of frees here.
Yeah.
Rimmer and Murden, though, are setting up for a potential gank. Here comes Alex Koji. Can he land a Stormbolt? Yes, there is. Crosby with the instant blow-up and the interruption of the Bolt. Sir Ice Cream on the side. Hydra there to the right. The phase shift from Brightwing doesn't work, and they turn this around, though. Synergy. Wonderful communication. Wonderful turnaround. Get a 2-for-1 trade.
That was mental.
That was mental. Ragnaros will take his reward, though, for not being able to have a global. We'll push down this bottom lane and grab the turret wall to keep that experience lead still in the favor.
Too soon.
eSport.
You have left me in this lane too soon.
I get it. That's a lore joke.
Yeah, you just get all of that little lovely damage down towards the bottom. That's both. Ooh, they almost wanted both of those temporals in an instant. He did Synergy.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
EC in the middle, Zarya controlling the top lane, Ragnaros in the bottom at the moment. Dahaka rotating down to help out against that Ragnaros.
Yeah, how are they getting away with this? That's a lot of shots. Trick eSport needs to get on points and push them off of that in one location or another.
Well, they got away with it because Ragnaros was pushing the bottom lane and actually doing damage to the fort, so Dahaka had to pull away. Finally, there's some pressure here from Trick eSport at the top right as Jaina and Nabe will show up to help hold this area. EC still in the middle, tussling around with the Murden, but Dahaka at the same time, for Synergy, just holding that bottom lane, can rotate in at any point.
Yep, Remmer on the edge, and we will have Eternal just slowly stepping onto this. The problem for him is that all 5 minions are still alive, so actually he takes a lot of damage when he steps onto that position. As pushing him back, Alex Proji as well as Remmer towards the top, soaking some of these shots. Looking to try and step on a little bit further. 5 shots before have been soaked up down towards the mid. Meanwhile, good heals onto Sir Ice Cream.
Dahaka's coming too. HGC as well.
Gotta
All
leave.
the shots do go to Core. Oh, there's still 4 left here as the power slide from Power will put Alex Koji in trouble. Nape will be able to retreat there with the phase shift. Nicely done, but the last 4 shots do go to Synergy here. They will grab what they can. Port's low on health for Trick eSport. Back and forth action already here in game number 4.
Yeah, you forced, as Synergy, you forced your opponents to back up quite heavily there. So I was wondering if they were going to stick around up there. And likewise, Trick eSport had the same thought that was going to occur. So they sent 4 top, and they are missing a little bit of soak bottom while this is going on. So they were pretty apprehensive as to what the moves for Synergy were going to be as well.
Fort low here. Falstad and Brightwing there to defend. With Dahaka being around the area, skirting, hoping to have some pressure at some point. Would love for Synergy to be aggressive on mercenary camps because of this. However, Trick eSport expected that, grab their giants earlier than you normally would see, and they will grab the giant versus giant fight in the bottom with this tug of war occurring.
Yeah, as much as Trick eSport lost a lot of power towards top as well as mid, they did gain towards the bottom. So that puts them in better stead for the second temple phase because they killed off the fountain, etc.
Power is here on the front with the Giants watching out. Alex Koji coming from the side. A little bit of pressure on the turrets. Mercenary Camp should be the next goal for our team. After the power side, though, does go down. Alex Koji locked down. Knockback. He's low on health. Does jump out just in time. Nafi can keep him alive here for now.
Yeah, and he has third win, so he'll heal up fast and then get back into this fight pretty rapidly.
The Giants, though, getting value here.
Yeah, they are. So this is really good by Synergy. They realize, obviously, that they sacrificed a lot towards the bottom to actually get stuff done towards the top. So they didn't get the Are we going to get a fountain? Ooh, almost. As Alex Progee's going to come in here. There's also the Molten Core being used. Looking to put on pressure towards Sir Ice Cream out the back. Don't quite catch him. And that is them taking a bit more damage. At least they saved the fountain. But if Synergy steered around and actually got that, that would be great.
Good defense for eSport, but a better moment for Synergy. Now the temples activate, and there's no Ragnarok's Molten Core available during this entire duration. They can play incredibly aggressively.
I think they realize that they're not going to get anything done at bottom, so Falstaff's been sent towards the top to try and push that out. Power of Dream, though.
Be careful here. Sefka tries to save him, but it's not enough. Alex Proji continuing the chase. There's the Stormbolt, and Sefka dead as well. Trick eSport makes the turnaround here, and now they can take the temple.
Yeah, all the momentum in the world just gets seized from them there. And Trick's eSport just going to look to put on more pressure towards this. Any little bit of extra damage that they can do here is great, because that means the lasers are going to be going towards mid. And obviously that tower, but still mid afterwards.
And Synergy loses their experience lead. Trick eSport now takes it over, has the fort taken out, turrets in the middle getting sieged upon. Dahaka working on getting pressure on the top lane, but Falstad should be able to head up there and defend said push. Nian grabbing some mercenaries for now. This is the only consolation prize they get for their mistake of getting caught out in the bottom lane. And suddenly, Trick eSport hits 10. Ring of Frost, Mighty Gust now available, Avatar, as well as Blink Heal, and most likely Saphira Smash. They're going for a boss here with a slight advantage.
I like it. Do it, because they've got 10, they've got Gust, they're going to back off because they're a little bit scared of only Power of Dream here alone. Admittedly, they probably would have had 10 because of the soak from Dahaka towards the top. So, yeah, it's by the by. I think either team could have taken that, and Trick eSport just doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah, start it. If it gets scouted out,
that's the risk.
Go. Oh, but Alex Proji just caught here. There's the Avatar. Nafe will show up for the help. There is a Blink Kill, body blocking him for a second, but still just fine. The Avatar being taken here. Alex being a bit too aggressive. Falset's still trying to hold on that top lane, but Hydra happy with the continued push he's been putting on this fort. Jaina's going to be rotating over to help out with this clear, and then they can grab mercenary camps and maybe start looking towards the boss again.
So burrow forwards here. Hydra getting quite aggressive on towards Eternal. That's a perfect little steal from him, but at the same time the cleanse is good as well. And this will be given over. Alex, you going to walk in and take it? Nope, that's a good knockback there from Power of Dream.
Yep, solid knockback. Falset continues to keep pushing the top lane at the same time here. They should be able to clip the Giants, though, with Crosby being here on his Jaina. Easy clear up for the team. And eSport's main goal, continue to stay ahead here. Synergy going to get some more pressure on this bottom lane. It becomes very tense now. The next temple phase is about to spawn soon. That fort is still in trouble in the top right corner, which should give Synergy that small gap of experience they need here to be tied with Trick eSport. And also opens up pressure for Dahaka to stay in that top lane, so Rimmer is just babysitting it as much as he can here.
Be careful. So, yeah, this it's up towards the top is quite the fight. There's really not much that can happen there unless a random drag was actually hit off. And still putting pressure on towards the bottom. They've got this easy camp, so they may as well. Molten Core being forced to swing. Good power. He went for something. He would Power of Dream would have been in range for that, but it's unstoppable. Get out of there, Power of Dream.
Save that
Falstad.
Oh, Falstad just fly in. The Mighty Gust against the wall here. Alex Proji looking for a dive, but the instant root here from Sefka will prevent his team from being dived upon. Dahaka does rotate in the middle lane to grab said temple. But already, Trick eSport is pretty well set up here for this area and for protection of the boss.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with Molten Core to actually save bottom fort over and over, twice now in this game. And Nafe doesn't want to get out there, doesn't want to leave himself vulnerable. So this is a really good situation.
Oh, wow! That is a dead Volley. And remember what you said in draft, if Volley dies, this team starts to crumble?
Yes.
Synergy's aware of that. Power. Is Power sledding away? Alex Proji shows up. Here goes the Stormbolt. There is the Polymorphin. Power is taken out here. A power play from Trick eSport.
That's a disaster for Synergy, unfortunately. Losing Valor like that, they just have no more punch for like 30 seconds, or at least for the 30 seconds that she was down. So they're going to go boss. There's nothing that they can do about that. Yeah, that was brutal. I was mid-sentence saying this is a good situation for Synergy because they were 4v5 towards the bottom, and then Dahaka could just come along whenever he wanted whilst he was soaking shots, but that bomb on towards Valor. I can't believe.
Oof, so destructive there.
Yeah.
Ball Squishy has to be careful with her movement here. She's probably the prime target too. Ice Block being, I think, from Varian, he can defend against it. Zarya has her own shield. She has to be on point to save Ball, so if she's ever taken away from the fight, Trick eSport will push their advantage, and they've done so here. They have a boss pushing the bottom left, moving towards that keep wall. They have the bottom temple under control. Falset is here to help bolster this push.
I like that they want to try and help this push, definitely, because they have lost all of their forts. They want to try and kind of get more value out of this boss, not let Synergy just have everything that they want, their ice cream and eat it or whatever. There you go. And then from that point on, just back off. That's fine. Yeah, at least you guaranteed yourself all of these tower kills, which you may not have got if you'd have just left it.
And you've opened the wall, so that means later you have a position to grab a boss and get a keep.
Yep.
If you just ferry it on in there. So yeah, good spot here. The temple will continue to be grabbed here for Alex the Proji and his team. Falset's not with them. Dahaka is actually going for the rotation. Alex should be able to jump out here over the side, waiting, deciding whether or not they want to engage this fight. I think the answer is no. Falset's too far away right now.
So they didn't 100% know he was exactly there until he actually revealed himself, so slides down on towards Barrow. Are they really going to fight this?
Yep, there goes the Molten Core. Alex Proji turns it around. Explosion Zone has been popped. Dahaka here laying here. There will be the big hit. The Ring of Frost does connect with both of the tanks there. ETC gets obliterated. Neon will pop straight. Alex Proji does not care though. Focusing Hydra. The Burrow not available for a second or two. It should have it soon. Will he be able to walk away? The answer is no. Both tanks front line destroyed here for Synergy.
Yeah, and unfortunately Zarya really cannot act as a front line without anybody complimenting her, as that is going to be Trick eSport doing very well with that. Just, I mean, take your opponent's camps. Go and take the hard camp. Go and just do anything with the 15 seconds that you've got available. It doesn't look like they're going to push onto that location. They just want to take the easy camp to the bottom, let that push, and it's a good position now. They're almost level 16.
They're close, and Trick eSport is continuing to stay level-headed here, which is refreshing to see after the last matchup, where they fell behind after being up 2-0 against the Flying Ducks. Lost game number 3, and then just crumbled from there. Here in game 4 against Synergy, they are holding their composure, showing they can take a loss. 15 to 15, 16 about to hit. Mercenary kept pushing the top, and we should be having temples soon for our teams to contest over.
One thing that I want to highlight is the fact that Zarya's expulsion zone to make sure Muradin could not jump over that wall was really cool. Very rarely do you get to see stuff like that, but if he'd have tried to jump, obviously he couldn't have jumped across it and it would have knocked him back. So I really like that little subtlety to the position. If you look at it normally, it just looks weird, but Alex is trying to get locked down onto what Power Stream there. Here comes Roman Baller as well. That's a drag from Hydra. Can't really do much with that though. It is Muradin and he is tanky.
Should walk away, get healed from Nape. Another fort should be an easy pick in here for Trick eSport. Drop a few skills and get it go. Oh, Power is taking damage though. The cleanse will come out, but still low on health.
The pressure on this fort and then the hard camp as well to the top is great zoning for them though to just walk back onto this captured temple. Synergy, can they rifle this? They've got themselves a level 16. They should be able to. That's a great gust, though.
Big gust here. Alex Proji looking for a dive. Crosby on the right side, though, has to deal with the Dahaka. Nice hold here. Comes back to Peel for his Jaina. Solid play. Ring of Frost does pop and hits two members. The mosh pit, though, connecting. And Crosby in trouble. Nape blinks in to heal him, but gets stuck in the mosh pit himself. Strafe for Neon will connect with multiple members, and that is one member dead. Nape will be able to escape. Alex Proji in the front. Watch for Rimmer here.
Sulfura Smash is still available if he sees an opportunity after he does some damage with the poke. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case, though. Valor got so much damage done with a multi-shot at the very beginning of that fight, and then the Gust didn't really isolate anyone. It was good, but nobody followed up on it. They were more bothered about the Dahaka in the back, which caused so much disruption on towards 4 members. So Synergy played that well.
Solid play by Dahaka. Just showing up there in the back line, just ruining the entire possibility. Because if Jaina could keep moving forward, she could have followed up with that cross there on the front. Okay, big explosion here. At the same time, Bala being chased. Alex Proji looking for more. Nape will finish with the last auto attack. Sepka in trouble down here in the bottom left. Eternal and Rimmer looking for it. Can the hammering connect? And a second here. There it is. Alex Proji coming to, and that is Vala. And Varian taken out.
I like what Alex the Pro G tried to do, which was the Stormbolt as Varian. The only potential retreat out was through the gate, but the Stormbolt just smacked into the tower because he didn't go that way. So it's like, I really hate you, tower, right now. And they're just going to take another boss, and this could be crippling. It could finish the game. ETC, they are forcing a back.
Rimmer should head back and defend this. He'll have money goes in 15 seconds. I think you push with this as Trick eSport. You're going to have your Molten Core soon. They're grabbing Giants too, and Fawcett should be able to delay long enough. So here's Rimmer here, and that keeps already dead. Yeah, push
this is a really good trade though by Synergy.
Yeah.
Considering the position that they were in.
Agreed.
So I really like that.
Can Rimmer keep him here though? That's the big deal.
That would be really nice if he could keep multiple members. It shouldn't be the case though. So he wants the Gust to actually help out this situation. He's very far away though right now. But they're opening up the core here, and Molten Core is 10 seconds away from complete being off cooldown.
All right, 7 seconds of counting until that Molten Core pops in. The team has to survive until then. Fawcett jumps in for the join. Ring of Frost does connect with power. ETC is not an object here in the fight. Alex Aproji looking at Sefka. There goes Stormbolt. Molten Core is now here. Sieging upon the core is Trick eSport. Rimmer low on health.
Still has Sulfura Smash available, but Jane is going to end up going down. They're going to try and bring down as many members as possible. That's Brightwing gone as well. And Falstad falls. And as much as the core is taking damage here, Synergy might just be able to save it.
They might. Neon getting a massive strafe in that fight.
Alex.
50%. The boss being focused down. Alex Aproji trying to kite left and right here, focusing down the core. Can he do 38% damage? I'm not thinking so. The Giant has been cleared up as well. 34% left on the core here for Synergy. Ragnaros forced to pull back and defend.
This one doesn't count. This one, because they're not going to lose off the back of that. So, Returnal run away. That's a scary Hydra there.
That it is. The dancing will be okay here for a long time. I think it's worth it now. Now that you've looked at it, it's worth it because there's no counterattack available for Synergy. But the two temples being up does put Synergy in a great spot here to put themselves in a great position to take the lead. They'll be able to take down the keep here in the middle and get some damage on the third keep as well if they grab both of these temples. So Synergy does have a comeback available, but they have to watch out for the base race down in the bottom core.
Yeah, and actually we might just see that. You can see where Trick eSport are moving. They have no desire of actually going over to the temples. Brightwing and Falstad are actually going up there, but they could easily just rendezvous down at the bottom very rapidly because they are global. So here we go. Here we go.
Catapults are starting to stack up. Falstad and Brightwing being up there does show. Synergy, however, just grabbing those mercenaries in the top left do indicate to Trick eSport they can't go for it. Murden just spawns.
Murden, your Dwarf Toss isn't that far. Are they just gonna go? Yeah, okay, so they're almost in essence faking it to then get themselves shots, I suppose? Yeah. Or maybe they just changed their plans halfway through.
They just put themselves in a spot to respawn against whatever Synergy does.
Yeah.
So if Synergy put 4 in the top lane, then they do have the possible jump to put Ragnaros and Jaina on the bottom core. But that does not equate to the case that actually did pop out. Synergy has a bit at the bottom right. They're grabbing Giants.
This is some funky stuff right here. So they're going to take this, and for that'll telegraph exactly where they are. So very tense moments once again between these two teams. You can see the desire in these two teams, considering the past 2 games, how they've gone, how they've unfolded in the final stages, just to win. Like, it means a lot here in HGC Europe.
Yes, it does. 1 minute and 30 seconds for the boss. Next big team fight guarantees a win for either of our teams if a few members do stay alive. So watch out for the back and forth here. It's going to come down to wave control, which goes into the advantage here of Falstad and Brightwing.
So, yeah, it does with the Gust, etc. and things like that, but Unyielding Defender is the level 20 challenge choice for Zarya, which means that she does have Cleanse on her level 16 shield now onto one of her allies, and then she can reset it and then have another Cleanse. So technically, there are so many, there are like 4 cleanses right now on the side of Synergy. So that could cause big issues for Trick eSport if Synergy makes a pin-perfect move.
That's a good point there.
It's a lot of cleanse.
Oh man, Synergy is set up here with a concave. Alex Aproji will have to be the one to check the bush here. Check out nice peekaboo here from Nape. There's power.
Revealed everybody.
Stormbolt comes out. There's a blizzard. They're going for a chase. Ragnaros is actually popped here with the Molten Core. Falstad goes in. There's the big gust. Crosby on the right side here still has the freaking Frost. Can't quite land the one he wants here. Watch out for Neon on the left side. Alex Aproji still in the front line. Nape helping out with the bow. Can we hit this Stormbolt? There it is, but the cleanse is coming out with that shield. There's the Ring of Frost and Dahaka. Can they get it?
Oh, they pop him! They pop him just before the adaptation is able to pop as well. And that is going to be Alex now charging on against this. They want to look for more. Stormbolt lands on towards Parafream. He's going to slide forwards into this. He gets polymorphed instantly there. And no mosh opportunity, as that is going to be Nape blinking away, getting out of harm's reach.
Nice teamwork there between Rimmer and Nape, making sure they get escape there. Neon went for the straight kill, which I think is great there. Synergy needed those kills. Unfortunately, the great play from Trick Esports is enough to pull. Nape comes in with the phase shift on Alex and Proji, revealing the other 4 members.
Yeah, they don't want to lose a single member here to Trick Esport. They realize, oh, do we even have a Gust available? No, 4 seconds. 4 seconds off here as Remmer goes into the backlines, looking to put pressure on towards Neon. He can't take that fight one-on-one. He has to have extra members with him there for the moment. And both temples are up. They're going to Gust them away and just get out of here for now.
Catapults on the core right now.
The thing is that, yeah, that's the big problem, is that as much as Synergy's core is very, very low, if they just go temple trade for temple trade, Synergy probably wins that because there's just not enough keeps.
Yeah, there's more room for them to maneuver, unlike Trick Esports. Murden heads in the middle here. Wants to put some pressure on Sir Ice Cream. Thurnal and Crosby.
Are you kidding?
Are setting up.
Does he have Molten Core? No, it's 40 seconds off.
A Jaina combo can burst through the armor pretty quickly here. So with 3 people on the top, Synergy all come down. It's going to be a base race here. Ragnaros and Jaina going for it. Alex dives in. They don't mind if they die here. It's all about slowing down the fight. Here goes Falsta 2. He flies in. The core being focused down. The Ring of Frost combo, and that's it.
That's it.
It's got to be game here. Alex Proji continuing to slow down the fight. GG. Trick Esport will earn their first victory here in the HGC with a 3-1 win in this best-of-5 series over Synergy.
They looked for it multiple times towards the later stages of that game, and they finally found that opening, that grand opening. Really good stuff to see that, you know, you can make those calls and then execute on them successfully.
Yeah, and kudos to them, man. They have finally earned their first victory. That's got to feel great for that team. Now, obviously, Synergy will be taking another loss here, but great come back and forth here. Let's look at the schedule for next week here, as today is the last day of the weekend for HGC Europe. What do we get to watch next Friday here in Europe? I am so pumped for more matches, that is for sure. So let's see what we're going to be going into. Here it is, the matchup that we are going to watch first. Dignitas taking on the Playing Ducks. Misfits facing off against a B-Genius. Kind of a polar opposite. Misfits highest in the league right now, B-Genius at the very, very bottom.
Yeah, that could be a bit of a brutal matchup. We'll see if B-Genius can kind of bring any spice, as you've referred to it, with some of our other teams. And then Team Dignitas versus Playing Ducks is an interesting one. Yeah. Playing Ducks has gone from stride to stride. They've definitely gathered a little bit of momentum and made themselves a stronger roster as a whole throughout the couple of weeks that they've been here. Going up against Dignitas, though, will be difficult.
All right, guys. Well, North America is next. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday here at HGC Europe.
Fall before the might of the king.
Varian Rin, father, warrior, king. After the desolation of the Second War, Varian returned home with his people and rebuilt the nation of Stormwind. Years later, a plot against the crown would take him away from his homeland. Awakening with no memory, he became the gladiator Logosh, and through many adventures, fought his way back to his kingdom and his son. Varian's ferocity was legendary, and he ultimately gave his life to secure Azeroth's future. Now, in the Nexus, he stands tall as a true hero of the storm. Varian is a versatile melee hero, but even more, he's our first multi-class hero, which means by selecting certain talents, he becomes either an ally-protecting warrior or a furious, well-armed assassin. Varian's trait, Heroic Strike, automatically empowers a basic attack to deal extra damage. Once used, each of his basic attacks lower Heroic Strike's cooldown by a small amount. Varian's first ability, Lion's Fang, unleashes a shockwave that slows and deals damage to enemies along a straight line. His parry ability nullifies incoming basic attacks from enemy heroes. It lasts for a short period and holds up to 2 charges. Like all warriors, Varian is known to charge fearlessly into battle. Upon activation, he rushes towards his enemy, slowing them and dealing damage. Varian has 3 different heroic options reflecting each of the warrior specializations in World of Warcraft. Each heroic has a passive effect and will alter his health, damage, or attack speed when chosen. His first heroic, Taunt, is a versatile defensive ability. When activated, Varian calls out a nearby enemy hero, forcing them to attack him for a short period. Next is Colossus Smash. With a swing of Charlemagne, Varian deals heavy damage to an enemy and inflicts the vulnerable status, increasing their damage taken for a short time. Varian's final option is to unleash the Twin Blades of Fury. This heroic's effect is passive and dramatically increases the speed at which basic attacks refresh his trait Heroic Strike. In addition, his attacks will increase his movement speed. Varian's heroic defines his playstyle. The Taunt heroic makes Varian a warrior for his team by increasing his health, but lowering his attack speed. Taunt enemies to force them to attack Varian, then activate his parry ability and negate their attacks. Use Taunt to lock down foes and give your team a chance to secure a kill. Twin Blades of Fury turns Varian into a sustained melee assassin, increasing the speed of his attacks while lowering their damage. Stick to enemies using his Charge and Lion's Fang abilities, and his blades will do the rest. Colossus Smash makes Varian a powerful burst assassin by increasing the damage of his attacks, but it will also lower his total health. Colossus Smash inflicts the vulnerable status along with its damage, so with a little coordination, this single swing from Varian can turn the tide of an entire fight. Varian isn't only about heroics. His talents bring an incredible amount of utility to the battle. At level 13, he can select between 3 banners that buff nearby teammates. He can grant bonus movement speed with the banner of Stormwind, decrease the damage allies take with the banner of Ironforge, or increase ability power with the banner of Dalaran. Select talents that counter your enemy's tactics. Mortal Strike, for example, can shut down a strong support. Facing a lot of enemy shields, take Shattering Throw and break them down. As the first multi-class hero, Varian brings a new way of playing to Heroes of the Storm. Since his role is decided through your talent choices, your enemy will never truly know what your plan is until you're facing off on the field of battle. The High King of the Alliance will arrive soon, bringing a whole new level of strategy with him. Excited for Varian and our BlizzCon reveals? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Heroes of the Storm here on YouTube, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Fans across the region are coming together, ordering pizza, and getting ready for the ultimate competition, the Heroes Global Championship. With EU out of the way, and by the way, congratulations Trick to eSport to their very first win here in HGC. We're moving on to North America. I'm Gillyweed here with Dreadnought as always. Dread, 2 matches left for the weekend. Which are you most looking forward to?
It's got to be the next one. Teammate and Gale Force Esports. You know, they're pretty close to when it comes to skill level overall. I feel like it's going to be a really good matchup.
And they're close in standings as well. Let's take a look at the standings where you can see that both of them have only lost 1 series so far. Teammate challenged Tempo Storm for the top spot in North America, but Tempo Storm was having none of that. So now Teammate and Gale Force Esports will duke it out for the number 2 spot. Meanwhile, Team Freedom ever climbing in the standings. They've been systematically dismantling the old guard of Heroes of the Storm North America, starting with Gale Force Esports, then they took out Naventic. How are they going to fare versus B-Step today?
I think it's going to be pretty convincing for them overall. I would definitely say they are not the underdog in that series no longer, you know, being the new face here at HGC.
Well, let's check in with our schedule today and see how everything is going to shake out as we started in Europe in Fnatic versus Expert. That series was a lot closer than I think a lot of people were expecting, but in the end, Fnatic still clutched out the victory. And then the last series, Tricked eSport struggled a little bit with Synergy. Synergy really brought a lot to the table, including their famous Vikings again, but Tricked picking up their first win in HGC. We're going to close things out with B-Step versus Team Freedom, but we're starting off with Gale Force Esports versus Team 8. Dread?
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, they're going to be pretty close when it comes to the skill level overall. I think there's a couple of things when it comes to the draft that both sides have to be very concerned about. But for the most part, yeah, it's going to be a great match. And it's a good one to be able to start, day number 3 here in week 3 for North America.
It is, and it's going to be such a fun match to see. Let's hear what the players have to say about our first matchup.
I have a lot of respect for Glaurung. He's a really strong player. I had initially sort of negative impressions of him before I started really knowing people, but at the first event that I played at was DreamHack Austin, and after the games, Glaurung came up to us and there was a little trash talking during those games, but he's like, no, I just want to let you guys know that those were really good games. They came and shook our hands because we were playing the B stage, we didn't have to go shake hands or whatever, but he still made that effort, and I really respect his drive and his dedication to it. It's something I really admire about him.
GFE is a team with a lot of synergy, I'd say. That's one thing in particular you want to look out for when playing GFE. They've played together for so long, they have their core roster, and with their leadership under Fan, they're quite good at playing off each other, playing with globals and things like that. So what I'm most looking out for against them is just, don't let them draft what they want, and we're good.
I think that they aren't as weak as some people might think just because they qualified 7th, 8th. I think they are the team that is most likely to take someone out just because most people aren't expecting them to do well.
Gale Force has pretty much always been my team's kryptonite, regardless of what team I'm playing on. So it would be really good to beat them in HGC. They've pretty much gatekeeped us out of 3 events, so it would be good to beat them. I think in order to beat Gale Force, we mainly just need to focus on the draft, because I think in the past we've pretty much gotten out-drafted by them almost every time we played them at LAN.
I think that match we'll be able to beat them pretty handily. I'm really excited to do it. I always love killing Glaurung. Just, it's fun. He's a fun guy to play against. We always banter back and forth, so it's gonna be a fun match.
Team 8 versus Gale Force Esports. Team 8 with the tough weekend that we've seen a lot of other teams have to have going up against Tempo Storm, now Gale Force Esports. But they said one important thing, and that was don't let Gale Force Esports get what they want in draft. That was an issue that we saw kind of with Superstars. Gale Force Esports got everything they wanted, especially on their favorite map, Towers of Doom.
Yeah, and so that is something that we have to see focus for Team 8. And I think it works both ways, though. It's not just Gale Force, needing to be able to do that. It's also consideration of what Team 8 wants. They have their heavy favorites as well, and making sure that they're considering the draft in both directions, being able to cripple your opponents, but also sticking to what they have, what it means to be their team itself. So that adjustment, I'm glad to hear them even putting that much focus in the draft, because I think it's going to be very important here.
Yeah, and one of the players on Team 8 who needs that consideration is, of course, Glaurung. And when we talk about this matchup, it's Glaurung versus Fan. Fan has been playing a lot